Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Wanted to film a little get ready with me because I'm about to transition to a different look. This look I had just recorded another video for, which was a Bible study on Proverbs 31, so definitely check that out. But like I straightened my hair. This is like 3-day hair, but I straightened it, touched it up this morning for that video. So it's perfectly straight to like do a nice, straight, sleek updo, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I have this hair here, which is kind of like crochet hair, but I'm gonna use it to make a ponytail. So it says Lulu Tress, SB Ocean Wave 18 inches, and this literally cost me $5 at the beauty supply store. So definitely get you some of this, and it seems like it'll be nice for like a nice like snatched high pony. And I have a vision. I'm kind of inspired by Kiki Palmer and this look that she has, which I'm just like, ugh, how dare you. So we'll see if I add the like braid little wraparound or if I just do a regular pony. But I'm gonna get started with that. So hang out with me, and we're gonna do the hair, and then we're gonna do makeup afterwards. And hopefully I inspire you to get yourself a sleek little snatch pony during quarantine, girl, because these look good, okay? Okay, so basically I'm gonna start by just making sure all the tangles are out of my hair and combing it in the direction of where I want the ponytail to go. Secure it with a scrunchie. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tackle these edges. So I'm using this edge control by the brand Ebin, and it's the extra mega hold with the black lid. I kind of just go around the perimeter of my head and, you know, add more as necessary. Dance break. And then I go in with one of those boar bristle brushes. So this is like a natural type of brush, pretty soft, safe to use on your edges. And then I go back in with the Denman kind of brush to really comb down everything as smooth as possible. The key to getting the sleek look is to really make sure your hair is flat and sleek underneath. So I'm using Tresemme hairspray here. I think it's number 4 hold. And then I go through again with the Denman brush to really get those roots, not just the surface, but the roots to be as flat to the scalp as possible. Then I could use my hands to just brush it down and then go back in with the boar head brush. So you want to get a nice comfy scrunchie, something pretty soft that's not gonna, you know, hurt your head. So you could loop it around. I do about 3 or 4 times depending on the size of the scrunchie. And then you go back in with that brush. There's going to be a lot of brushing involved here. And you just brush down again, making sure everything is as smooth as possible. And then this is the time where, you know, you can kind of shape the direction of your edges a little bit. And now for the pony. So you're going to comb out the ponytail a little bit, make sure all the tangles are gone. I've actually used this one before, but it's still pretty neat, so I just comb it on out. And then you want to loop a scrunchie around the hair, the actual hair itself, and then you can loop that same end of the scrunchie over your pre-existing ponytail on your head. And it's as simple as that to really secure it and make sure it's not going anywhere. Now this is when you have to do a little bit of maneuvering to kind of get the ponytail to stay in place and to cover your natural ponytail and kind of make it look good. I kind of just, you know, I don't know how to describe it. You just kind of have to feel around, and then I use some pins to secure it where I want it. And lastly, I'm just putting it up so that I can take a shower and then come back and do my makeup. So pin it up loosely and then tie your hair down with a silk scarf. Make sure you get it really secure because you don't want it to get wet. And then I'm taking off my makeup. I'm going to go take a shower, and then I will be back. So it's makeup time, and the first thing I start with is Poreless Putty Primer by e.l.f. With primer, you want to put enough that you have a nice smooth finish without going overboard, so that makeup has a good canvas for you to start your work on. And then I'm going to use the Ordinary Serum Foundation in shade 2.1Y. This is more of a liquidy foundation, so you're going to see I'm putting on quite a bit to get coverage. But if you have a thicker, more dense foundation with more coverage, then you can be a little more light-handed. and you could either apply with your fingers or you could use one of those flat foundation brushes. And then to blend it in, I'm using the Morphe M44 brush to really get that perfect poreless look that I like. Now, as I mentioned, this foundation is on the thinner side, so I'm going to put a little bit more on the areas that I want to have more coverage. I like to even put it on my eyelids so that the whole base of my face is the same color. Then I use concealer. I'm using L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the color Cashew, number 365. But just put it on those parts of my face that I want to bring to the front and really brighten. And then I'm blending with, I have two favorite blending brushes for concealer, and they're Morphe M173 and Morphe M335. The one I'm using here is a 335, but I just use whatever is out there. They're both really good, and I just feel that you can see from this, like as you watch this, that they just blend in a way that, say, a beauty blender does not. It really gives like a seamless, poreless look. And be sure to go like up around the inner corners of your eye there, and the eyes tend to be a little darker, that part of the skin, so I like to really brighten that up too. So to set my concealer, I'm using Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in number 20 Light Medium. And then you're also going to see me set the rest of my face with the same powder in the shade Medium, number 25, which is my natural skin tone. So I don't bake, I just put it on there for a second and then I dust it off with my natural skin color finish. So it just really has that brightness under the eyes and on the forehead, and then more of a natural tone on the rest of my complexion. So I like to kind of chisel out and sculpt out my cheeks with a little contour, and then I also frame my face around my temples. I blend it in, smooth it out, and then I go in with bronzer. My favorite one is Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm using Sunkissed here. I also like to sometimes use the deep shade, depending on how tan I am. So I go in there and I soften up those lines and kind of just warm up the perimeter of my face and add a little bit of life and color back into my look. I also put some around my jawbone to soften the jawbone. And now for eyeshadow, I kind of blend two shades, whatever looks like my natural skin color. So blend two that look like they'll kind of give you a natural shade. And I start at the very top, just underneath my eyebrows, and you can see I blend downward toward the base of the lid. So now I want to add back some natural shadow. So I take that same brown that I used to contour and I apply it to the crease. Pretty light-handedly, you just want to go back and forth. You can add more to darken it, but I'd say start light and then see how it goes and just blend in and out. For the shimmer, I take kind of a darker shimmery shade and I blend it starting from the outside corner, because I'm going to later take a lighter shimmery shade and apply it to the inner. And I find that that just really makes your eyes look more alive and awake. So take your time blending here. You really want to, blending is the main thing with eyeshadow that you have to take your time to do. So now I'm taking that lighter gold and I'm putting it on the inner creases and blending it into the darker shade. And then I do my lower lash line to brighten it up. And now I'm going to take that dark shade again and line my lower lash line on the outer corners. Now to kind of finish the look and really make it look nice and neat, I'm taking that same Maybelline in light medium and I'm going to just clean up my face, polish up my face, add some more brightness in there, and then dust it off. And now that I've defined it again, I have to soften the lines again. So I take bronzer again just to smooth some bronzer back into the cheeks, back into the jawbone, anywhere that, you know, is going to have some lines. And I use a little bit of blush. I'm not huge on the blush look, so I'm using Orgasm by NARS. For my eyebrows, I use NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. And a tip for your eyebrows is to always choose a shade lighter than you think you're going to need. So find what you think you're going to need and then choose a lighter shade, because you want them to look natural and not drawn on. For my lashes, you can see I'm doing a lot of strokes of mascara here, and I really love these mascaras by Essence. This one is called I Love Extreme Volume, but my absolute favorite, even better than this one, is Get Big. It's called, the one in the purple tube, and they're like less than $5 a piece. So take your time. You can see I probably do maybe like 40, maybe even 50 strokes on each lash, which is crazy. I didn't realize that until I watched this video back, but it gives them a defined look. And then for my lip pencil, I'm using LA Girl in the shade Cafe, and this glides on like butter. I really love their pencils. And then speaking of butter, I use NYX Butter Gloss, and they have nudes for everybody. They have like the best nudes, but the one I'm using is Fortune Cookie. And now this is the part where I would call this the finishing touches again. You're just going to kind of look at your face and see like, do I need anything? So me, I'm like, I want more color. I want more framing of my face. So I added that bronzer. I used the Milani setting spray. And then I'm going to, find whatever little hairs need to be tucked away, figure out what I can do to just add some extra glam to my look, maybe a little more edge control, and smooth those edges down. And then I'm going to add volume to my ponytail by just combing it out more. You can see I switched out my earrings, totally changed up the look, made it more glam. And like I said, I'm adding volume to the ponytail, combing it out. I realized I want it to be more face framing. I want it to be more forward, So I sneak some pins at the crown of my head to just hold it where I want to. And these are the little things, like I said, that just really take the look up a notch. So this is the finished look, guys. I really love it. I love the way the ponytail just added a different vibe, and the makeup looks glowy and warm and dewy. And I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial.